my favorite part then. Intro. I got one more week, then these have to be packed. Boy.
Yes.
They asked me again this weekend, make sure these are coming.
I know, they asked me again. How did you again for the promo?
I know that. Fruitcake come up to me and said that he saw you at Omega or something. He said first thing he said to you was, what about that promo or something?
No, I told him right away. I'm getting to it. Getting to it. I'm a busy man. I can finally breathe now.
With all this modern technology, boy, why did you make one? Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's okay.
I ain't got my Shawn Michaels hat this week, but
it's the non-hat edition.
I gotta find it. I think I sold it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. Hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, it was a great weekend as always. As you know, we got a big training class getting ready to go on. Last week we were here after everything else had left, but tonight we're getting started early. I'm actually here on time, believe it or not. And it was just a great week, Bullet. Had a great week of shows, Bullet. Again, I'm still on the high of the Strawberry Festival, which was 2 weeks ago, Bullet. That was just a great, fun time. Kind of a neat thing. Someone posted a picture of rock and roll right after they double drop kicked me, and you know somebody's always got a smart aleck thing to say, and Ricky and Roberts covered me, and so some guy posted on there. He said, George, what I'm saying to Ricky? He said, George to Ricky, is my crack showing? And so smart aleck George got on there behind it, and I said, no, George is saying to Ricky, I just made a house payment. Is what I was saying.
Exactly.
But anyway, you know I got to get the last word. But it was a great week. Well, last week was just a tremendous week also, Bullet. Went back up to West Virginia Championship Wrestling, Bullet. I want you to know those people up there in West Virginia, they are waiting for Bullet Jake Manning to come. Big Freight Train, I think, is making an appearance. A lot of fans come up and start talking about Freight Train coming up there. It's going to be a big show, Miracle on the Mountain, at the end of this month, 2 weeks, first time ever, live. Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle, TV, live. First time ever, Bullet. Yep. They showed me the director chairs. I told them don't get too fancy.
Yep,
Bullet, don't get too fancy. Just find us 2 old metal chairs from the Armory. Mm-hmm. But the advance tickets are going real good. Steve Carino's going to be there. It's going to be a huge show, Bullet. So they're very excited about us coming up there and doing that. So had a great time, a lot of travels, Bullet. Had a great show Thursday night. I want to thank you again and all the guys for coming out. Got a lot of good feedback from St. James Elementary School. We pulled that thing off, Bullet. I don't have a clue how we did it.
I don't know how we did it.
But they do want us back. And when they told me that, I said, are you sure? But I probably shouldn't have said that. But, so I said, you want who back? Us? Oh, I said, okay, yeah, we'll be back. But it was great, Bullet. And next time we'll get they'll find the posters a little earlier, Bullet, and we'll go do that again. But I want to thank you for coming and all the guys. We threw that thing together, Bullet, and we pulled that thing off. So it's always great to help a little elementary school like that. So, this week, again, Bullet, this coming Saturday, one of our all-time favorite shows, Bullet, the racetrack. I can't believe it's come back around here at Charlotte. I think they're calling it Charlotte Motor Speedway now. They change the name every week. But we'll be back there this Saturday morning. It's all free. The wrestling gets started about 11 o'clock. Rock City Campgrounds. They did want me to let all the viewers know and all of our great fans know that they're building another car dealership out there like they need another one. So there's a lot of little construction going on. We're still at the same place. Rock City Campground. We get started about 11 o'clock. Free breakfast, everybody.
Yes.
And that's one reason we're there. Is for the breakfast.
I'm taking advantage of that for many years. Many years.
We feed you, Bullet, before you go to your paying gigs, Bullet. But anyway, thank you so much.
Those people have known me for almost a third of my life. I just now realized that these people have seen me for almost a third of my life.
They sure have, Bullet. They think you're part of NASCAR, Bullet. But it's just a great time. We just hang out with the fans. We're one of the biggest events there. They have a lot of stuff going on free for the race fans that come in and don't have nothing to do till that night. But we're always one of the number one things that they ask for is we just have a great crowd come around while we eat. A lot of the bacon and eggs has got a lot to do with that.
Yep.
But it's just a great time. That'll be this Saturday morning, of course. And next week, we'll be right back there for that Saturday also. So 2 big weeks at the racetrack, Bullet. Everything's going good, Bullet. The book is doing so good. This past week, Bullet, I sold 4 or 5. I think I sold 5 exactly. I know I sold 4, and one other guy came up when I was packing up.
Don't be wrong, George, or else somebody trolling the internet and said you only sold 5 and you said 6.
Sold 5.
Somebody will point that out to you, George.
Well,
you better be correct with your numbers.
You can count that because I gave that guy. I was packed up, ready to go, and he said, I've never understood that. We're there all night long. They don't come down. You pack everything up, getting ready to get in the truck.
Oh, don't even get me started. I had an incident this Friday, George. I had an incident this Friday.
Hey, do you have any more books? Are they okay?
I've been here all night.
But I've been here all night. You said a word to me. It's all on the truck. But I did went and got that book for him. Bullet. So, with all that being said, Bullet, we will, if you don't mind, drum roll please for the idiot bag this week, Bullet.
Okay.
You know, here on Dad You Don't Work, You Wrestle television, Bullet, we try to educate some of these young up and coming kids that don't have a clue what our business is about or what it was based on or anything like that. And this past Saturday night, something I'd actually wrote about before in Dad You Don't Work, You Wrestle, and to see it happen again, it's kind of funny to see it happening. It's kind of sad too, but you know, how old school we are, Bullet, about when you get to the show, you do it a lot. We all do. All my guys do it. We put our stuff in a corner. We go get us a chair. We put our stuff in the chair, and we go out. We say, hey, the boys, whatever. Walk around, do that stupid handshake and all that kind of stuff. But this particular night, Ricky Morton, who always gets there a little bit earlier than me, believe it or not, that's possible, but Ricky Morton had got there. He had went and got a chair, and I'm talking, it ain't these folding chairs. He had went and found one of these hard chairs. Had to break his back to carry it. Took it to the dressing room, put his bag on the chair. Nobody else in that whole dressing room, Bullet. And wasn't even 10 minutes later, we go back, and the chair's gone. Something that simple. The chair's gone. Ricky Morton's stuff's in the floor. And, buddy, I think that was the worst. I think rock and roll turned heel like he did in Memphis that time. I even think he growed the beard and told the fans to go to H, like Tommy Rich and everything. But he had a right to. He got real upset because the fans wasn't in there yet. It was one of them goofy guys that went and come and got that chair. And so they had a big company meeting, and I just hated to see it happen because there's a million chairs you could have got, but they went and got. You don't do that.
It's perfectly good floor. Perfectly good floor to sit on.
I'm telling you what, Bullet. Of all the chairs, I mean, I'd have got upset, but Ricky Morton really got upset. No respect or anything like that. You know, you can smack Superman or spit on his shoes, but you don't take Ricky Morton's chair. So, long story short, they had a big meeting, you know, a famous meeting before the show. And Ricky Morton said, could he say something? And boy, he let him have it. Just trying, but he didn't have to, but he was educating them too. They all thought he was yelling, trying to explain to him, you don't do that, guys. You don't do that. So what I'm doing here tonight, we basically said when we leave and come back, that chair better be back. So we did. We walked out, came back, the chair was right where it was at, Bullet, which was kind of cool. So we don't really know who took the chair and threw punky stuff in the floor. So I'm putting the whole West Virginia. I got to be careful because we're going to go work for him in a couple weeks. But I'm putting the whole.
Okay. You can put the whole stadium. I like that. Especially the people that don't vote.
I'm putting the whole.
Which are some of the workers still,
I'm putting the whole dressing room of West Virginia Championship Wrestling, except a few of the guys that actually pay me. But
guys with an envelope in your hand.
The ones in their envelope are X-nayed from this, but everybody in that dressing room, because we don't know who took it. All I know is that chair was back. After Ricky cut
and we hate to single anybody out, so we might as well just put you all
exactly right. I don't want to get it wrong here. I want to honor somebody by making them the idiot of the week, so I'm going to do them all. So, Bullet, we're throwing the whole West Virginia Championship Wrestling dressing room. I probably just took off Miracle on the Mountain, but anyway, and putting the whole dressing room in that idiot bag. Make sure we got the right one, Bullet. Guys, you don't do that. Really, you don't. And there's no reason behind it, Bullet. Just they were stupid, and you just don't do it. Ricky let them know real upfront, personal, that you don't do that. He kind of educated. They thought he was just yelling, but I just think it was neat that he took time to. You don't do that, Bullet. You don't do it. And he had his stuff spread out everywhere, and it's just a pretty bad moment. But we cleared it right now, putting them all in the idiot bag, so we got them all, Bullet. So with that being said, Bullet, don't touch our chairs, Bullet. Right? So thank you, Bullet. Great show tonight, and just don't touch our chairs. So. Is that okay? We clear?
We're very clear on that. And that's a very good point. But I'd also like to bring up another point that's been rattling around in my brain, and I'd like your 2 cents on it as well.
I love that.
What people may not know is I'm a big fan of the Food Network, and I like watching this show, Cutthroat Kitchen. And I'll tell you why I like watching Cutthroat Kitchen. But let me tell you what Cutthroat Kitchen is first, George. And I think you will understand, and once I tell you what this show is about, you might formulate why I like it. Basically, there's these 4 chefs, and basically they've got to make one dish, like maybe blueberry muffin, Salisbury steak, whatever, and they got to go in this pantry and get all this stuff, everything they need, and they have all the tools out there to make the stuff. Now, they take their ingredients, they got all the tools out there, and then and it's timed, of course, so they time them, you got 20 minutes, whatever.
I like that.
But then all of a sudden the host goes, all right, folks, because he gives everybody a loan of like $15,000. And he goes, all right, folks, I'm going to hold an auction now. Whoever wins the auction can take away your opponent's oven, his eggs, his whatever. Whatever they decide. And there's usually 2 or 3 handicap things they throw at him. Of course, they got a bid on it. And so that's money that's taken away from their $15,000 prize money. Now, but here's the thing: the judge who's judging the food is upstairs in a room where they don't hear what's going on. They don't see the madness that's going on down there. These people forced to cook with easy bake ovens. These people that had to make chicken tartare, and they had to make it with chicken in a can. So now they got to take this. Exactly. They have to do all these wonderful dishes, and now they're served to top quality food critics or chefs or fellow, top notch chefs that have their own show, and have to present them as this is the best dish I could possibly give you. Now, this brings me back to why I like it, because I think it's exactly like wrestling.
I like this.
Because you'll run into a guy, and he may not agree with you on everything you want to do, but you got to go out there and make that match happen.
Yes.
And those people have to like that match.
Yes.
And then there's people that write reviews about whatever match they just saw. And then there's people that have opinions. And then there's people that have no opinions on you. And they're promoters. And then the promoter himself, even though he know that he put you in the ring with that person to make that person look good, and then you make him look good, and they book him and they don't book you.
That's exactly right.
And then there's a situation of, usually 9 times out of 10, we're doing something more than just wrestling. So you got to set up a ring, you set up a camera, and there's all these things going on that sometimes that affects your performance. But at the end of the day, those fans have no clue what you went through just to get in that ring and have that match. So it's the nature of the beast. Understand it, but sometimes it does irk me when all these things go on, and these things are going on back in the kitchen while they're in the sound stage. All those things that had to happen just to put that food on the plate.
That's exactly
right. And I just, more and more I see it happen. And as also on that show, you can't say, well, I had to cook with an easy bake oven.
That's exactly right.
You have to shut your mouth and take it, and all you can say is thank you, chef.
Yeah, I love
And sometimes as a wrestler, if some things doesn't go right or people say certain things about you, all you can say is just, I guess,
that's exactly right.
Thank you, chef.
And Bullet, it's so amazing that you said all that, because even our good friend Steve Carino put up a little post this past week that I thought was so neat. He just said, "Listen, folks, you may not like me, you may hate me, whatever, but I'm doing the best I can." I mean, really, come on. And I'm so glad you added all that, Bullet, because you really do. When you start seeing cooking shows, you start seeing ball game. Wrestling is the core of everything. The way if you really know how our business works, Bullet,
or entertainment in general,
entertainment in general, we are in part of everything. You know that, Bullet, the concept of it and how it all comes together, what goes on behind the scenes, Bullet. It is pro wrestling at its finest. I don't care what they call it up front, but very good point, Bullet. Very good point. And you finally realize that wrestlers ain't just the nutty ones. I mean, there's I don't care any kind of celebrity life or anything like that. I mean, I saw, what was it this past week? The 2 celebrities, I don't know who they were. The woman, they were married, the woman's pregnant, getting ready to have a baby, but they're divorced, and he's taking her to court, suing her that she cannot have anything to do with the birth of the baby. But boy, the baby's in her belly, and they think we're nuts. But here's the funny thing about it. Everything's a work. It's going to court. He's suing her. She cannot have anything to do with the labor of that baby being born. But it's in her belly. Now, please explain to me how that's going to happen. It's a work, Bullet. It's a work. What was it like WWF did? If a hand comes out, we in trouble. Ain't that what Big Show had or whatever? Who was it?
Mark Henry made.
Yeah, Mark Henry. Yeah. If a hand comes out, then I know it's all a work. But it's all over the news and everywhere else that he's suing her. She can't have anything to do with the birth of the baby. She's carrying the thing. And they think we're nuts. But anyway, what that had to do with the sale of my book, I don't know, Bullet.
Or the Food Network, either or.
Either or. But they're all nuts. We're not. They are, Bullet. So anyway, great illustration, our Bullet. Wrestling's at the core of everything. I'm just telling you, Bullet.
Okay.
Good. Thank you so much.
Well, one thing that gets to the core of George South is
my brother.
The second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com.
Yes. Thank you, Bullet. Very good. No. Bullet, have you seen that? He's suing her. He's suing his ex-wife. She can't have anything to do with the birth of the baby. But she's carrying it.
You're still perplexed.
Don't tell me everything ain't a work.